welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the J Kissa palette that came out. Mine finally came. I'm super excited. And so this was how I decorated. Ooh, I got hair on mine already. I don't know how. So this is how I decorated mine. Look how cute that is. Yes. So that's what it comes with stickers. This bunny one came because I got like the exclusive ones that came with like the early orders. So this is what it looks like on the inside. Now, some quick things. I will insert a video of me swatching. I'm not going to swatch right now because I have to go film another video. I used the reds today, and I did watch like one or two reviews on this palette before I got it and used it. So are my opinions biased? No, not really, because I kind of disagree with some of the other ones. And I think maybe it's just a question of technique. So this is a vegan palette. So when it comes to vegan eyeshadows, especially in the reds, it is much harder to develop a vegan eye safe red. Usually vegan reds are pigments, they're not eyeshadows, and this is an eyeshadow. So having eyeshadow, a red eyeshadow, is very, very difficult, just because the more highly pigmented something is, the less blendability it has normally most of the time. Now, a lot of the criticism I heard was about the reds in particular. So like this Casey and Pepper being too similar on the eye. I will say that they are, even though they look very different in the pan, on the eye they are pretty similar. However, if you build up Pepper, so this like kind of darker crease color, this darker red here, then it will show up a little bit different. Now, people were talking about how smooth and creamy the shimmers were and how easy they were to apply. I find that the shimmers are a little bit, I don't know if it's just because it's like, I've only used this once. I've only used that one color. I used 4 colors in this palette. I find that the shimmers work best when applied with a finger or a wet brush. I don't really love using my finger when applying eyeshadows. I'd rather use a wet brush. So that's how I applied mine today. And it does seem to come out pretty good. But I did have to do about, I would say, 1 or 2 passes of the shimmer before it really started to show up the way I wanted it to. I also put some of the some Suki in my crease and some Firefly, some of the shimmer there. So like the orange and yellow shimmer in my crease, or I'm sorry, in my, what is this called? Inner corner highlight. I don't remember how to make videos anymore. So I really am excited to use the blues. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. I really am excited to use the blues and the purples. So red, blue, and purple are like notoriously the hardest colors to formulate in eyeshadow, even when you're not talking about vegan eyeshadows. So it's a little bit more difficult. However, just from like swatching this, when I first got it, I swatched it, like I couldn't wait. I did find that some of the colors I would have to go in with like 1 or 2 coats, so it's a buildable formula. And especially I think for somebody who's maybe afraid of color, this might be a really good rainbow palette, because you kind of have to build up the color a little. It's not like a ColourPop palette or a Menagerie Cosmetics. So Menagerie Cosmetics probably has my most favorite formula, indie brand. Well, no, they have my ColourPop and Menagerie Cosmetics are probably my 2 favorite eyeshadow formulas, because they're so pigmented and they're just beautiful, and the shimmers on both are amazing. However, I would say if you're somebody who is a little intimidated by color, or maybe you don't wear color every day and you just want to have a palette where, okay, you can do a purple look, a blue look. That's how I love the way that this is laid out, because you just have like the different looks. Like you have your yellow look, your green look, your blue look. You don't really have to think about it. I really do love that that's set up that way, because my little my little like kind of uh what would I say, my like, I don't want to say OCD because I think that's making light of OCD, but my like little linear thinking heart, you know, loves that. Oh, also, I got a mic. You guys, I'm like professional now. Okay, not really, but sort of, you know. And I do think that this palette is for somebody who, it's a $20 palette. If you can still get it and you're someone who is, you know, you don't really want to have a lot of colorful palettes, but you want options, like this might be a really good companion palette, or just a palette for like when you want to play with makeup but you're not necessarily going anywhere. If you're a neutral lover who wants to get into colors, this might be a good one for you because you can slowly build up color, or you can sneak in a color into one of your neutral looks, like, you know, smoking out the lower lash line with a blue or a purple or something like that. It might be really good for that, and it's compact. And also, if you, it's, you know, it's a $20 palette, so it's not going to be like the, you know, $100 Sugar Pill or the like $50 palettes from like Colored Rain. So I did hear that the Colored Rain Vivid Pigments was like the best rainbow palette you could get. I don't know, I haven't tried it. This one, I would still rate this one higher than I would the BH Cosmetics like Back to Brazil palette. Even though that palette has, I think, a little bit more options in terms of color, I don't think it's as cohesive, and I don't think that it's as blendable because they're mostly pigments. So I would say if you were going to be choosing between the two, I would pick up the J. Kissa one if it's still available. It might not be available by the time this goes up, because like I said, I'm going to do, you know, maybe 1 or 2 other looks before this video goes up. I definitely think that you might want to, just a complete neutral lover, you never wear color, you don't have any interest in wearing color, then obviously you wouldn't, you know, pick up a rainbow palette. However, I do encourage people who are neutral lovers to kind of embrace a little bit out of your comfort zone. And I think $20 is like, it's a good way to play. Like, even if you never wear color out of the house and this is just a way for you to play, I think that it's a nice way to go. And it would be perfect for, you know, if you want to do certain types of looks around Christmas or Halloween, or, you know, any of those sorts of holidays. So like for your red look, you could do a Valentine's Day look. For your Christmas look, you could do a green look. For, you know, Halloween, you could do an orange look. You know, any of those things will work. It'll work out. And so I think it would be a good, not investment, but, you know, it's $20 of play money, and I think that would work out for you well. But I will say that I wanted the yellow to be better. I wanted the yellow to be just a little bit better. It is, okay, I will swatch the yellow for you since I talked about it. So the yellow's a little bit chalky, but you can see on my hand that it doesn't show up like, so that's one pass, and then this is 2. So the lights might saturate it a bit, but in real life, it does look, you know, it's pretty, you can tell it's yellow, but it's not the bright school bus yellow I wanted. You know what I mean? But again, that's me, and maybe you don't want bright school bus yellow, you just want kind of like a wash of yellow. And so to me, this is more of like a wash of yellow than it is like, bam, yellow, you know, so that's what I wanted. So what I'm going to do is at the end of this video, I'm going to put in maybe 2 looks with this palette, because I can only do maybe 1 or 2 looks a day, or else my eyes get irritated. So I probably won't put in, this video probably won't go up until Friday, which it might be sold out by then. Actually, no. Really excited to try out this blue called Bailey. I want to try it on the eyes because it is, look how pretty. It's so pretty and glittery. There's like blue purple shift. It's like a blue purple duochrome, and it is so pretty, and I cannot wait to use this on my eyes. Okay, so with that, So what are my overall thoughts on this palette? My overall thoughts is it worth $20? Yes. Why? One, I think it's an adorable idea to have a palette you can decorate yourself with stickers. Also, I am a sucker for stickers. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with me. Don't ask me why. Also, they are going to donate to city, LA City Pit, or some. It's a pit bull sanctuary, I believe, down in Los Angeles that Jay Kissa donates to. But I believe you have to post pictures with the hashtag eyes, lips, face, paws. And for every post, they will donate $1 to the shelter, Elfwill, which I think is amazing and wonderful and awesome. I do think that because it launched the day before Pride and it was a rainbow palette, I do feel like there should have been some mention of Pride or anything. But at the same time, Jay Kiss is known for color, and like, if she was going to come out with a rainbow palette, like, that's the influencer I think would come out with a rainbow palette. But being so close to Pride, I feel like there should have been some mention of Pride. I feel like maybe Elf's skirting the issue, and I don't know why. Like, I don't think I haven't seen any like Pride specials or makeup or like things come out from them. But if you have, please let me know, because I don't know. I'm not sure why they wouldn't, but I do think it's important, especially in these times, to acknowledge people like Pride, acknowledge Black Lives Matter. If you haven't seen my video about ways to help Black Lives Matter without protesting, please go check that out. Make sure that one of the ways is as simple as watching a YouTube video. It's an hour-long video. You can literally go put on your TV or your laptop and just let it play, just let the ads play, because that's directly funding Black Lives Matter. So, and it's poetry and art and everything from Black creators. So I would say that, I would definitely encourage you to watch it, but even if you don't have the time or whatever, it's as simple as turning on your laptop, your phone, your TV, whatever, and watching that video, and the AdSense will be donated to Black Lives Matter. So I really think that everyone can do their part. And please go watch that video. I will leave it linked down below and in the cards. Would I purchase this again? So back to the palette. Would I purchase this again? Yes, I would. I would purchase it again, knowing what I know now, because I think that the matte formulas are actually creamy and nice. I know that some people were saying that the formula was a little bit chalky, but I found that to be the case when people were mostly talking about the blues, reds, and purples, which are notoriously hard shadows to formulate. So even when it's not a vegan formula, those shadows are still hard to formulate. So I would say that for being a vegan, cruelty-free palette, and of course, being a vegan, cruelty-free palette, being so affordable and accessible, I think, and especially for people who are just getting into color, I think this is a great way to get your feet wet. So will I probably graduate from this to like the Colored Rain Vivid Pigments palette? Yes, absolutely, probably. Or the September Rose palettes, or Certified. I definitely want to try those. I've heard nothing but amazing things about both of those brands. Or like Kaleidos. I think any of those things I would definitely want to try. I have tried like Menagerie, and I do think that their color, like their purple, is amazing. Their purples are amazing. The shimmer Starlight, yeah, the shimmer is called Starlight, and it's a purple. It's like a duochrome purple, and it's, but also it's an indie brand, so it's a little bit pricier because they don't have the mass they don't have the mass quantities like e.l.f. does. So again, yes, I would purchase it again. I would purchase this for somebody who, like I said, wasn't as familiar with color and maybe was just getting started with makeup and wanted to kind of play around with color. I wouldn't purchase this for somebody who was like, say, a makeup artist or somebody who already had a really large collection of like indie brand colorful makeup. So I wouldn't purchase it for that person. But I think e.l.f. knows their lane. e.l.f. knows their lane and they're constantly getting better and better. I do think that the blue shimmer in this is a million times better than in the Earth and Oceans palette. I'll show you. There's one in the Earth and Ocean palette called Lagoon, and this is hot garbage fire. I hate it. It's just, it is nothing like this. It is here. So this is like super chalky and super, like it just doesn't stay on. Like even though it looks pretty similar, this one right here, that's Tundra from the Earth and Ocean palette. They look similar, but this one's a little bit lighter, but it also just falls off your eyes. Just absolutely falls off your eyes. This is a good palette, the Earth and Oceans one. It's just these four, like this row, I would say Tundra, Lagoon, pretty much just Tundra and Lagoon are like super not good. Like all the rest of the shades are fine. Tundra's like this weird flaky, it's almost like a pressed glitter, but it's not, but it's a terrible formula and I hate it. So Bailey in here, the blue shimmer is just like a million times better. So that's what I think. Oh my goodness, there are people yelling outside my window. I really hope they go away. I'm trying to film. Of course there are people talking outside my window. Of course there would be. Why wouldn't there be when I'm trying to film? Like, duh. Well, lovelies, that is my take on that. And I hope that you have an amazing day. Please go check out that video about how to help Black Lives Matter without protesting. And I know that you're going to do amazing things. You're going to help in amazing ways that I can't even imagine. Please, please, please make sure to let me know and tag me in what you're doing, what you're up to. Stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy. I love you so, so, so much.